Hello, everybody. Hello, how are you? Hello, everybody. Hey, Chrissy. Hey, human. How are you? What's going on? Hey, Duchess. Hey, Ophelia. Hey, Huma Fox. How's everybody doing? Y'all, first of all, drop a number one if you can hear me. That way we know I'm not talking to myself. And this is part of literally, y'all, this is why the Sofa Squad can't have nice things. It's all because of me. Um, I sat here and was like, why is there only a couple of people in here? That's usually um, and then I was like, why does it say going live in an hour, but the screen says it's 7? And I'm like, Paul, that's because your thumbnail says 7 and you scheduled it for 8. This is why. This is why. Tori, did you get my email for the mic? I think so, Tori. Because I remember looking that up. I feel like I did. And I'm sorry if I didn't respond to it. I've been really bad with email. But I feel like was it an Amazon link or something? I remember talking to Derek about something with the mic. But regardless, thank you for sending that. Hey, Cement, how's it going? Thanks, everybody, for dropping one that you can hear me. Okay, cool. I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, it looked like a cool mic, too. And I've got, well, look at this. Now, this is a fancy one. Hold on, what is it? And not that I'm trying to brag, but I'm just trying to, like, also, hold on, where's the live camera? This is a blue, I can't remember the name of it. Can never get it to work. Never get it to work when it plugs into the computer. Never get it to work. So I just gave up on it. It disconnects. Now, also, an issue that we used to run into when I use this, and it did work, is y'all see how I am right here? I would unplug it all the time. It's almost like I'm required to have this. Like, I would rip it out. I'm telling you, the entire reason why we can't have nice things at the Sofa Squad is right here. Okay. It's 100% my fault. Okay. We can't have nice things. We can't start on time. None of that stuff. I won't have any of that. We've got a beat up little love seat behind us for the damn sofa. Rips and cat scratches all of it. We're just trying not to throw up over here, right? Okay. We are just trying not to throw up at the sofa. We are lucky to start at 7 o'clock with scotch tape holding the damn sofa together. Okay, that's how we roll over here. Okay, so there it is. Oh my gosh. Hey Derek, how's it going? Welcome, Derek, my best friend. How are you, Derek? Woo! I already started off now. So, few things here. Woo! Hey, agent, how's it going? We're gonna be so I haven't. So let me start over. We're gonna be catching up on some, not all, but some of the updates to the Micah Miller case because I haven't sat down and gone through it. So we're gonna do it together. I have been just working on and reviewing that phone call between Lori and Chad, the jail phone call that they played. Y'all, I have in fact had to stop because I was talking too damn much in the video and ran out of time. You know what I'm saying? The video, I'm making the videos what I mean. And I was talking too damn much about it. So I had to come here to do that. I was like, yo, that phone call. Hey, Samantha, Emily's going to be here. So this is one thing, y'all. I scheduled this incorrectly. On the thumbnail, I said 7, which was the intended time, but I scheduled it for 8 because what I did, so a little bit behind the scenes of the sofa. So this morning when I published the video for the JP Miller debacle, I scheduled it at 8. And as soon as I did that, I made this scheduled to live. And so my brain was just in like override, like everything's at 8. And so I did that, but I had to go. We had like, I can't wait to go live at 8 o'clock. So that's it. So, and there's Emily right there. I texted Emily, I said, look, just so you're not surprised, I'm actually going live right now. Hold on, I'm gonna say no worries if you can't be here yet. If you can't be here yet. I feel so bad. Hold on, no worries if you can't be here yet. But yeah, I had to go live. Oh, thanks, just live. It broke my wrist. I appreciate that. Oh, there's my hey, Emily. Emily. So here's the thing. I don't know how if you've listened or whatever. I texted Emily. I was like, hey, don't be surprised because I scheduled the what do you call it? The live for 8, but on the thumbnail put 7. And so I came in here to go live at 7. I'm like, why is this only a couple of like this is odd? And then I was like, why does it say I'm going live in an hour? I don't get that. And then it took me a minute. I'm like, oh, you messed up again, Paul. This is why you're not a real reporter or anything, right? Can you imagine if I was? Oh, I get fired instantly. I'd be like, oh, we'll get around to it. So I was like, oh, Lord, now I feel bad. I'm like, hey, Dwayne, how's it going? Thanks, Ellie. I appreciate it. But the fit and handsome thing is going out the door because I ate a dozen donuts yesterday. Dolly Parton donuts. Were they worth it? Absolutely. Were they amazing? Of course. Well, I finished one of them this morning. I went on a little tangent. Pastor JP's son has been arrested for something like today. Okay, so yeah, Emily texted me too. Thank you for keeping me updated on the Daybell thing today, Emily. So yeah, Emily texted me today when I was at work about the Daybell trial and the whole thing at the end where it was like, oh my gosh, okay, this thing was printed wrong. I was like, when Emily told me that, now I wasn't watching at the time. I was just getting a play-by-play from Emily on it. And then obviously I Googled it later, whatever. And I was like, you're kidding me. I was like, you are kidding me. After all this. So squinting, the Dolly Parton donuts, I feel like they're at the Krispy Kreme. I had to drive to one 40 minutes away, but I also was making a video review, so I was gonna be extra and like I was gonna get the damn donuts, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you couldn't get them in Raleigh. Now, and maybe Durham you could, but that was the same distance as Fuquay Arena for me, so I drove to Fuquay Arena for them. They might not be at every place, but they're good. Obviously high in sugar and calorie, but they're good. So I did what we're about. Yeah, so that hold on, oh, thanks, Destiny. I'm glad you're here. Oh, I appreciate that. And congratulations on your newborn. That's amazing. Oh yeah. Hey Jenny, how's it going? Hey Danielle. Um, and yes, so well, I pulled it up over here. Hold on, let me pull it up here. Let's start with the Daybell stuff real quick, because I do want to talk about that for a minute. So, inadvertent mistake, tensions rise as judge finds error in Chad Daybell's murder indictment. Pardon me. After prosecutors rested their case in Chad Daybell's trial, the judge dropped a bombshell, potentially altering the direction and outcome. And then tensions were high in Ada County courtroom as a clerical error on Chad Daybell's indictment prompted the presiding judge to evaluate and reconsider one of the first-degree murder charges brought against him. Less than an hour after the state prosecutors rested their case in the Daybell triple murder trial, Judge Stephen Boyce dropped a bombshell regarding an error identified in the murder indictment, potentially altering the direction and therefore outcome of the case. After the state formally concluded their arguments, jurors were dismissed for the day. Judge Boyce has heard arguments from defense in what is typically a pretty standard motion hearing, in which the defense likely makes one last plea requesting an acquittal for the defendant. This is very standard. However, an unrelated and unforeseen twist of events, Boyce noticed a significant error in Daybell's indictment. Court documents reflected incorrect dates on count 4 of the indictment, which is the first-degree murder charge for J.J. Vallow. Now, that right there, I mean, I bet Emily was like beside herself and she texted me. I don't blame you, Emily. I mean, I bet. Oh my God, I hope you had a good walking it off. And yeah, Emily says yes. Poor Larry. Can you imagine after all they've been through? I mean, seriously, hold on. Please hold. I can already tell. Please hold. I got to do this real quick. It's gonna get a little that way. Please hold. Look at how much better that is. Okay, true comment. Man, I was going crazy. Hold on, I was going crazy. I had no one to talk to for 2 hours. I'm so glad it worked out. Imagine no one knows and it came back and be like, oh my God, can you imagine true crime? I mean, seriously, that's the thing. Like, look at how many little tiny things can go wrong. And like Emily pointed out, where she's like, look at all these people that this has gone through. And well, you just said again, I better now, but still a gas that 4 prosecutors missed that. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, dude, I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Okay, hold on. Hey, Caroline. Okay, let me finish reading over here. Okay, defense attorney John Pryor requested the judge make a directed verdict, which is a ruling from the judge rather than the jury. If the judge determines there is no legally sufficient evidentiary basis for a reasonable jury to reach a different conclusion, he argued that the state's provided evidence was insufficient and that there is no indication that Daybell was present for the murders of JJ and Tylee. Now, we're going to talk in a second about the phone call before we get to some other stuff, because I've been listening to that for the last little bit. Following Pryor's arguments, Boyce stated that he was prepared to make a ruling. However, the language error in the indictment had the potential to severely alter the direction and continuance of Daybell's murder trial, and therefore had to be addressed prior to any ruling. The death dates listed are the suspected death dates for Tylee Ryan, sometime between September 8th and 9th. J.J. Vallow is presumed to have died between the 22nd and 23rd, according to prosecutors. Although a clerical mistake, Idaho state law prohibits amendments to an indictment after the state officially rests its case. Boyce recessed the motion hearing and gave the state 2 hours to prepare for an argument, scheduled to resume at 2:30. The hearing reconvened approximately 30 minutes before recessing again to allow the judge to consider all possible outcomes before making a final ruling on the validity of count 4. And he ultimately denied all questioned challenges posed by the defense, justifying his decision based on valid witness testimonies, sufficient evidence provided by the state, and most significantly, Boyce denied challenges to count 4, citing that the court did not authorize the February amendment in which the type of mistake was made. I mean, y'all, I can't. Okay, hold on, let me turn my phone down real quick. And let me just check this real quick. Boom, boom. Let me just get this cleared out. Okay, okay, so I need to hold on. Let me turn the hold on. Please help. We're trying to fix the color. That might help a little bit. I mean, that color is, you know what I think it is? Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get the lighting fixed. Hold on. We're going to try it without the overheads on and see. And then, yeah. And then let me just do this right over here real quick. Boom, boom. And then we go going. Work. Okay. Okay, let me read your comments real quick. Oh, thank you, Susie. Mr. Thunderbolt. Oh my God. Hey Diane, how's it going? I think it's the judge's responsibility to make sure everything's correct. It helps to hinder, but yep. Better. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know the color. I don't know why it does this. And yeah, I sit here and what's funny is at a friend's house when I went live and I used it. Same camera. Lighting was perfect, crystal clear picture. But over here, nope, never can get it right. Never can. I wonder if it's the light over there too. It's gonna drive me crazy. I accidentally muted myself. I'm just falling apart, y'all. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is a rough night. This is a rough sofa squad, y'all. We're bare again. Like I said in the beginning, the theme for this. I gotta go get Roscoe. He's screaming at me. Hold on. Susie says distortion. Yeah, I am 100% in distortion. 100% in distortion over here. I mean, we are major in distortion over here tonight, y'all. We are just trying not to throw up. That's all. That's the theme of this. We are just trying not to throw up tonight. Okay. See, okay, from my angle right here, I can see the sofa, the set. Roscoe, when we film, basically you see him most of it, he's sleeping. So he's been sleeping in there. Well, I won't bother him because you know what I'm saying? Like he's just that's all he wants to do. But so he can see, so he woke up over something. He's in there doing his like, arr, 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 you know. So there's that. So before I came on here, I was filming the video about the phone call for Chad and Lori and that they did before, before Chad was incarcerated, all that type of stuff. The phone call we have not heard. So before we get into talking about some of the Micah Miller stuff and whatnot, here's the thing with that phone call. So first of all, y'all tell me this, and this is one of the thoughts that I had overall with the phone call that I was like, oh my God. First of all, very coded, very that, right? Okay, so one of the things that's always bothered me with this case, like there's multiple things, right? But was the whole thing of sitting here and being like, does Lori really believe this? Does she really like, was this really like a just a religious thing, whatever? Well, listen to that phone call and talk about blueprints and the plan and the this and the little giggling and all that type of stuff. I was like, oh, it's like I have my proof. This was completely planned out. They knew exactly what they were doing. Her, Chad, and Alex. Oh, thanks, Lauren. Just gifted 10 memberships. Thank you. Um, they planned this out. They did all that. Um, I mean that it was like this validation, confirmation, whatever you want to call it. So I was like, wow. And then the whole Susie, the code speak. I was like, because I'm sitting here the video that I did. So I only listened to a little bit of that phone call, and then I literally only what do you call it? Like it was a blind reaction, right? So this is me like recording the video in there. You know how I do the videos? I'm like this. I'm like, I forgot I was recording because I'm like, I can't believe she's saying this. I'm like, this is Chad had to be sitting over there at that damn desk talking about, not that he's ever here, you know what I'm saying? Talking about, oh, I'm done. It's so obvious what they're talking about. It's so obvious, right? Thank you, Lauren. To all the new members, welcome to the Sofa Squad. Yes, Upstate says that call put that the last nail in Chud's coffin 100%. Jenny says my chin is so bruised from hitting the floor so much during that call. I mean, I was like, what? It was so insane. Oh yeah, they are the best eye rolls. And here's the other thing too. That was totally third grade code, like pig line. It was, Jenny. So yeah, I mean, it gave me the validation of being like, okay, yeah, they planned this. They sat down and like they literally had like a meeting over this, like a militant meeting. And let me tell you what, when you want to talk about can't roll your damn eyes hard enough, Chad talking about I texted Alex. That part, y'all, I was over here like, and the way that she was going along with it, well, could you text him and ask him this? How is the plan? And all this. And I'm like, at first I thought she was talking about the lawyer. And then it hit me. It's like my brain had to like wrap itself around to be like, wait a minute. Chat's talking about text. What? Oh my God, y'all. And notice how the communication matches the times. It was almost like this, where he was like, yeah, I Snapchatted Alex and he thinks that the plan is working. And he thinks it's yeah, I was snapping him. Yeah, what is that called? Yeah, Alex and I are streaking. We got a streak. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Come here. He's talking about damn streaks with Alex. I was like, I cannot with this. I was like, I don't know why. I don't. I was still in recovery from the cringe. I know Yvonne says, Lori responds, I can't text anyone in here. I'm thinking this. I'm like, girl, y'all the last couple of years ago it was portals. Now it's texting. I thought y'all could communicate on this level. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I got about 10 more minutes left of the phone call, but I was like, oh no, this confirms it. They know 100% knew what they were doing. 100% knew what they were doing. Uh I know, right, Chrissy? That's the thing that's so frustrating with it. Did you get to pick the colors of her cell? I know, right? Now, here's the other thing too. Okay, so let's talk about cringe for a second before we get to the. Okay, before we talk about the Micah Miller thing, before we do that, let's talk about more cringe. So today, this morning, I filmed. I've been basically doing nothing but filming. I think that's why I'm like kind of burnt out, not burnt out, but like, oh, whoops, I forgot this. Oh, whoops, I pressed mute, that kind of thing. I'm like, by this point, my brain's burnt out on doing technological things. So this morning, I finished filming and uploading the reaction piece to Fiona Harvey being interviewed by Piers Morgan. That is the interview that was for Baby Reindeer. When she went on there, the person who's allegedly the real Martha, okay, if you've watched it, y'all, when I tell you, if you want some of the most absolute pure cringe you have ever in your life seen, you immediately go, I would say end the damn live and go watch it right now. It's that good, okay? Like it is that damn good. I have never seen cringe like this in my life, okay? Um in my life. Yeah, Jesus, oh my God, that was crazy. Hold on. Lauren says, I saw Deception Detective cover her. Okay, now that I've recorded my video, I'm going to go back and watch them because I always get nervous to watch their stuff and then me do it. You know what I mean? Because I'm afraid it's going to like, that their thoughts are going to be in my head. So something like this, I was like, don't watch it, Paul. Don't watch it. Just do a blind reaction to it. Because here's the thing. I've watched Baby Reindeer and I've kept up with a little bit of it in the news, but I also have not followed it verbatim. So it was really just going and being like, I know this is supposed to be the woman from Baby Reindeer, all that type of stuff. So let's just see. When I tell you the first 5 seconds into the thing, I was like, oh, 100% she texted him 40,000 times. I almost felt bad for her in the context of it was like they were exploiting an unwell person. You know what I'm saying? Like that, where I was like, there's something not right here. And here's my thing with this somewhere in the middle, here is Richard's story and Baby Reindeer. Here is Fiona's. Somewhere in here is the truth, right? Thank you, Dwayne. Just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate you. Somewhere in the middle is the truth. I do not think that all they said was true, and I do not believe a lot of what she said. You could tell that she 100% was a little bit like slowed down when she was like, oh, you can tell that I sent all those. You could tell the anger in her voice when she talked about her. You could tell, or I'm sorry, when she talked about what's his name, Richard. She had this like taking jabs at him still, and even the person who played her. Um, yeah, Piers Morgan. I've never seen Baby. So baby. So for those who haven't seen it, Baby Reindeer is a show on Netflix. This guy did, and it got turned into a Netflix show. And it's basically his account of, a segment in his life. And he gets stalked by this woman. He's a stand-up comedian. He gets stalked by this woman, but that's the essence of it. But it's so much more. Okay, it's so much more. Well, the internet basically found out a lot of this, right? Um, and they found out like who the person was, and they sought her out. The woman is saying that like, hey, this is me, whatever, but this is not true. That's not true, whatever. She's saying it's based on her. She went on the show. There's a lot of behavioral things going on with her on the show that you're immediately like, There's definitely issues. And Jenny says he made up a lot of stuff. Wait, hold on. Please hold. Hold on. I can't get my thing to work. I mean, we're just trying not to throw up. Hold on. Jenny says the dude made up a lot of stuff. Where'd you go? For the stage in the movie, for sure. He said it was important not to go. Yeah, I would 100% get that. Because, and again, the stuff, I mean, there's a lot of very touchy subjects in here in his experience in life. So, I mean, it's, and here's my thing. Hold on. What am I calling mother doing? I asked them where they live, said Rexburg, Idaho, and not far with the property. Yikes. Okay, so Andrea says, one of my customers' parents were in town on Mother's Day weekend, and I asked them where they lived. They said Rexburg, Idaho, and live not too far from the property. Yikes. Okay, on that note, isn't that odd? Like kind of like just bone chilling when you run into that. Okay, so I whenever I'm at work, we had to basically check people's licenses and against their things to we're doing security stuff. Okay. So whenever I've had people come in, with their driver's licenses from Rexburg or these recognizable places. And I mean, it's not a situation where I could be like, do you know about the case? You know what I'm saying? Anything like that. But I'm literally they have to know. You want to talk to them so bad and be like, oh my God, have you, whatever, I don't know. I haven't seen Baby Reindeer, but I've seen reactions to it. Will that spoil the show for me? No. So Candace, and hold on. Candace says, wait, hold on, where'd Candace go? Pardon me. I haven't seen Baby Reindeer, but I've seen reaction to Pierce's interview. Will it spoil the show for me? No. In fact, I personally think Pierce's interview, I was like, is this just unlocked bonus material in the damn DVD? It feels like the lost episode. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, it feels like the damn lost episode. I mean, I was like, come on now. It literally, it's just an extension. It's a bonus episode of the damn show. That's all it is. If you watch the show first, then watch the damn interview afterwards, and you'll be like, oh yeah, this is it's a seamless transition. Okay. I mean, and this is the thing that got me about that. Yeah, so Wampa says, I don't like how Fiona casted doubt on his SA experience. And also when she did that, remember one point where he's asking about the girlfriend, and she's like, well, I think he's homosexual. She was throwing him, you could tell, she was throwing him under the bus on so many things and taking these jabs at him. It was crazy. Hey, Jason Franklin, how's it going? Yeah, she has super in interview. It's just a bumpy ride to crazy town. Yeah, Derek says people. So yeah, a lot of people. So a lot of people have talked about Baby Reindeer as it's upsetting to them on many. It deals with many very touchy subjects. Let's say. So yeah, it's one of those you got to kind of tread lightly because, and again, even on the level of she's now stronger. That's the thing. Everybody that deals with her and interviews her says that she comes after them. You could see the obsessive nature in her. Okay. You could see the obsessive nature come through. And that was the biggest thing for me where I was like, oh yeah, you can tell it's this razor focus on things. She does remind me of the Mushroom Lady. She 100% does. Okay, what I want to do now, so I want to move over to let's talk about, I want to go through some of these Micah Miller case updates, whatever. So Micah Miller is the young lady who I'm going to say allegedly because the FBI is involved. We don't know exactly what happened. Allegedly took her own life at a state park in North Carolina. Her husband is a pastor at a church in Myrtle Beach, North Carolina. Solid Rock. He gave a sermon, laughed his way through it. At the very end is like, oh yeah, by the way, my wife took her life. Y'all know she wasn't right. She had mental health issues. Took her life. Just letting y'all know. Let's not talk about it and keep those plates going. Keep the plates going. Okay. And the internet has blown up over this. Okay. Everyone's looking into it. It's very, this is where I left off at. She did seem like a very nice, sweet lady. She really did, right? I mean, she seemed like a very beautiful, bright soul. So all this information has come out about, his abuse towards her, what she lived through, what they did, videos of stuff. Here's the thing. And no, Monica, I haven't seen that. We're gonna try and look it up though. Um, Today I did a video on his sermon that he get not sermon, what it felt like that. His memorial that he gave for Micah. I've it's it you know what it felt like? It felt like watching Chris Watts give a 45-minute speech on that porch from the news thing. The cringe was so bad. The cringe is so bad. I I I don't know what to say about it. It was that bad, okay? It was very fake. I mean, major, like, this something's not right. Now, so that's all that's there. What we're gonna do now is that's the 10-cent version, right? We're gonna go through some of these, what do you call it? Articles, things like that. Okay, so one of the things, and I'm curious what y'all are on this, and we might listen to it real quick. A lot of people are coming out talking about her 911 phone call was AI. Pardon me. Her 911 phone call was AI. What is y'all's opinion on that? And one of the things was, now this is not my original thought, and this is not my research here. This is like other things that I've seen, so I'm just recounting this. Um, somebody like a TikToker went to the park, and I don't know how it like right here, for example, if you go out and to the yard here, you're gonna hear birds, you're gonna hear cicadas, you're gonna hear a lot of noise. Okay, so they're basically saying, okay, you hear all this wilderness, but then the phone call is super quiet, and allegedly his, meaning JP's lawyer or something like that, is some kind of AI expert or something like that. Please hold. So, I'm just gonna read your comments. I don't think he's clever enough. I know, right? And hey, Neferati, how are you doing? Problem is, I have no clue how to imagine. I don't think he's capable. I know, right? I don't think he's clever enough. I haven't seen the job. Okay, so let me go. Let's start. Let's do that. So hold on one second. Let me pull this up. Please hold. Your call is important to the Sofa Squad. We're just trying not to throw up tonight. Hey. Okay, where are we at? Let's switch. Let's switch. And then we're going to come over here to Micah Miller. Yep, and there's that. Okay, I'm just looking for this real quick. I'm just trying to find but we are going to listen to this one. Open a new tab. Please hold. Let's pause. Whoop, scared me to death. Okay, let's come back over here. I mean, why is this so tricky? I mean, you would think that this would be all over the place. Yeah, no, but you would think this would be the number one thing on here, right? But apparently not. Where is her phone call? The worst I've ever seen. To pray for her life. Boom, boom. Let's go over to. Okay, yeah, I understand. Yep. Okay, let me do this. We're gonna listen to Miss Ashley, but let's do this first. Where is this? Chapters, the problem in the picture. I mean, why is this so tricky? So let's. It's going to take me a minute. I mean, I figured that this would come right up, but apparently this is an incredibly difficult thing I'm looking for. Maybe I'll just pull my video up on it. Let's start with this article over here so I can get back to y'all and see what's going on over here. There was a good interview with Micah's sister sharing her down a long cry. Oh, that's what. And they question. Okay, yes. In fact, let's do that. I have that pulled up. Let's pull that up. Where'd it go? Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Let me share this screen with y'all. We're going to listen to family of pastor's dead wife, Micah Miller, breaks silence. What else is he hiding? Let's go through this real quick because they question the phone call. And I've been wanting to hear what they say. So let's check this out. So I'm going to come over here. And hold on, play the audio of the current breakout. Her experience of it. Ooh, okay, so present. And share screen. And share screen. And boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say, way out, way out. Boom. And where'd y'all go? Boom. 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 Okay, so y'all hear that, or so y'all see that. And then we're going to come back over here. Okay. I forgot what am I doing? I got to press play. Good God, y'all. This is bad, y'all. Okay, here we go.
Protection. She told me days beforehand, Dad, I really feel
y'all hear it? Drop one if you can hear it.
And
thanks,
she
Erica.
knows how to use it.
A South Carolina church pastor is facing serious scrutiny after his wife's sudden death in a nearby state park. And as new details come to life about her final days, her husband is getting more and more attention. We're joined by Michael Francis, Micah's father, and her sister Sierra Francis to talk about the young woman's passing and where legal action might take them in the future. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Hey, everybody, this is a Law and Crime legal alert. Google Incognito tracked users' browsing data without their knowledge, while Mass Tort Alliance, one of our legal sponsors, is helping users file for compensation due to Google misleading the privacy of their Incognito browser. So if you've used Google Incognito anytime since 2016, you can start your claim in less than 10 questions at incognitoclaims.com/sidebar. What started out as this sudden and heartbreaking death announcement at the end of a church service has now taken all sorts of twists and turns, and it has morphed into a story that has captivated the nation. I'm talking about 30-year-old Micah Miller, who was found dead at Lumber River State Park just
Jesse
across
too.
the state line in North Carolina on April 27th.
I saw him at Crime Con. He'll be there this year.
Gun in the days before her apparent suicide from a pawn shop. That Sunday, her husband, 44-year-old John Paul Miller, announced his wife's death during a recent service at the church where he's a pastor, Solid Rock Church in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And Miller announced, quote, "I got a call late last night that my wife has passed away. It was self-induced and it was up in North Carolina. You all pray for me and my kids and everybody. You all knew she wasn't well mentally and she needed medicine that was hard to get to her. I'm sure there will be more details to come, but keep her family in your prayers." And then Miller asked for people not to discuss his wife's death outside of the church. But as you can imagine, news spread like wildfire. And the woman's family has immediately become suspicious of this. Why? Well, John Paul Miller and his first wife, they divorced in 2015, and then he and Micah married in 2017. Micah's family says that John Paul, who's 14 years older than Micah, first met her when she was a member of his church youth group at age 14. Now, there have been accusations that he groomed her. Not totally clear what exactly that means, but we'll explore it. Now, Micah was also reportedly married previously to John Paul's friend, Jeremy. So you see these apparent connections. Okay, but now we fast forward, and it's our understanding, based on reporting, that Micah had filed for divorce from John Paul 6 months ago. It's also our understanding the divorce petition was withdrawn, but then a few days after that, John Paul filed for separate support and maintenance, financial support, because the couple were still legally married. Then Micah had also filed for separate support and maintenance. There was a scheduled hearing for next month, but of course, Micah died. Micah's family claims that in the days before her death, she filed for a no-contact order. And I believe that she was still pursuing divorce against John Paul. Now, police and the medical examiner have ruled Micah's death a suicide. And one of the ways that they have ruled that is not only based on the forensic evidence at the scene, but a 911 phone call that was placed by Mica to law enforcement in North Carolina gives a lot of insight into her parents' state of mind. So I warn you, this is really tough to hear.
Robeson County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
Hi, are you able to trace the location of my phone?
Let me see. You don't know where you're at?
At National Park.
Tell me what's happened.
I'm about to kill myself, and I just want my family to know where to find me.
Okay, ma'am. Just listen to what I'm saying, okay? Let me make sure I got the exact location where you're at, okay? Just 1 minute.
We've now learned that the Robeson County Sheriff's Office is requesting that the U.S. Attorney's Office and the FBI investigate Micah's death. Whether the FBI is actually involved yet kind of remains unclear. It may be more of a jurisdiction.
Okay, I want to pause it for a second because that's the 911 phone call we're talking about, right? So yeah, a lot of the things on TikTok where people were saying, it's AI, it's not real, this, that, and the other. And then somebody up here said something about the family saying that's not her voice, and we're going to get to like them talking here in a minute too. It is. So I've kind of, so you know me, I like to try and like play like, what do you call it, devil's advocate, whatever. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, so I'm trying to imagine like if I went to my car and closed the doors, like even just parked out here because we're in the middle of the woods, so you're gonna have woods sounds, right? Would it come off like that where there's like this nut, like this vacuum of a background? Because that is kind of weird to me, right? Where I'm like, thank you, Teresa, Ireland. Woo! So, hold on, my friend works in AI. She says, someone's voice to get their voice to read a whole book. Yeah, and somebody just sent me something today and said, this talking about basically like to make content and stuff like that. I mean, I'm going to check it out, but I'm just out of curiosity because they basically show the creator and then they use like this is a segment that they did to make content for all these platforms. And to me, you can kind of hear it. It almost has that, how do you say it? Candace, whatever, like, hi, my name is Paul, da, 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 like that kind of a thing. Which for me, if I'm listening to a channel that does that, it drives me crazy because I start to like go along with it, like cadence. How do you say that? Cadence? I can't say it. How do you say it? I've got my phone. I should do it. Please hold. How do you say cadence? Cadence. Thank you. I mean, yeah, cadence. Okay. Again, we're just trying not to throw up here at the sofa. That's our motto over here. We ain't changing the world. We're just trying not to throw up. Okay, so let's go back to the thing.
Fictional issue about why they could be involved because of where she died on a state park out in North Carolina. But as I mentioned, Micah's family appears to be suspicious of all of this. And one of the things to note is that John Paul does have a criminal record. Research indicates that in 1998, Miller entered a no contest plea in Horry County, South Carolina, to a charge of assault and battery of a high and aggravated nature, meaning that Miller did great bodily injury to someone or likely was going to injure someone. He was given 500 hours of community service, was put on probation for several years, and a 4-year prison sentence was suspended. In 2022, South Carolina court records indicate that Miller was pardoned. In 2000, out in Illinois, he apparently pled guilty to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. In 2004, out in Illinois, it appears that Miller was charged with domestic battery, but the prosecutors seemed to decline to move forward with the case and were unable to find sentencing information for that case. Now, in one of her final posts on Facebook, Mica uploaded a selfie, and she uploaded the selfie with the caption, "When terrible, terrible, terrible things happen to you, you all know what I'm talking about. RPF, Rest in Peace Face. She included the hashtags Still Blessed and God is Good. She's also been posting videos on her social media talking about leaving abusive situations.
It doesn't matter what gender you are, abuse is abuse. And you are the bride of Christ. And my Bible says that he took all the abuse you could think of for you so that you didn't have to live that life of slavery and bondage and pain.
According to a friend, Micah had left for a different church other than Solid Rock. John Paul gave an interesting, perhaps the best word to describe it is an arguably strange eulogy, different eulogy at the Solid Rock Church, while family members held a different memorial service at the beach.
She'd get tourists to take our picture, and I say, okay, thank you. She said, oh, no, this isn't good. Give it back to them. And they do it again, you know. But she told me, she was so creative. Everything she did was so creative. What's the next picture?
Oh my God, I cannot with this. I was not prepared for this.
What's the next picture? She'd stop. We'd be on the way to like a show or something. She'd say, stop, I got to get a picture. I said, we're going to be late. She said, I don't care. What's the next picture? Next picture.
John Paul also said that he wanted so badly for...
I mean, y'all, my stomach is cramped over that, y'all. Okay. Oh my God. You know, that's when the FBI said, yeah, we'll take the case. They took that clip right there. The FBI was like, we'll be down there. We'll be down there. Don't worry. And this right here, when he was doing this, when he's like, nobody cries like that. Nobody cries like that. Yeah. Okay, everyone keeps talking about this. Please hold. Please hold. Where is this? Hold on. JP Miller on ground. We're going to do this. Throwing tantrum. We're just going to see for you know what and grins. Y'all, this was the Google search. JP Miller on ground throwing tantrum. Multiple things came up, and it's exact. This is what I'm talking. How have we ended up here? How have we ended up here in society? How are we here? I don't understand it. Okay. Let's take a break from Jesse. We're gonna pause that because we have to go look at this. Okay, hold on. Where did it go? JP, let me pull up over here. Okay, I'm just telling y'all, get cringe binge alert. Okay, I'm talking. This is hardcore. I can already tell you. Okay, y'all are gonna get upset with me for even showing you this level of cringe. Okay, I'm scared. Damn near scared. Thinking about damn workman's comp. Oh yeah, imagine day to day with this person. Okay, here we go, y'all. Okay, just bear with me here. Let me make sure y'all are seeing it. Okay, here we go. Now it's going to do some kind of ad first. Let's mute that. That's a little bit loud. Okay, here we go.
JP. You all right, man? You okay? Huh? You okay? What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter? Is somebody helping you? Oh, okay. You got Mark coming?
Somebody called him, I think.
Okay.
I can't. I can't. Shame on every last one of y'all for telling me to watch. We are in a simulation. This is not real. This is not real. I'm talking, this is some of the worst stuff I've seen in my life. Okay, hold on. We're gonna try this. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's go. We're going back. We're going back. So it's JP Miller on the grass. Okay, so hold on. Finally, Ken says you still hear the birds. Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go.
Is your medication something they gave you? Yeah. You want me to make sure Mark's coming? But somebody's called him, right? Okay. All right.
The way that the person recording acts like this is an everyday occurrence, like they are not fazed by this at all. You can tell that this is like just a Tuesday afternoon for JP. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I'm just like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Okay. I'm going to go back and press play again. I think. The neighbor's just like this par for the course. Yeah, is it who? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's get some context going. Well, hold on. Let's see what else there is. Hold on.
JP, I think Mark is coming. Mm-hmm. I had him try to get in touch with him again to make sure. Is that okay? Huh? Feels like there's ants on you? There's no ants on you, though. It's just, maybe that's how you feel, but there's none on you. There's none on the grass. What kind of medicine do they have you on? All right, well, somebody's going to come, okay?
I'm just reading.
Do I need to call 911? Do I need to call the medics?
I gotta take a break again, y'all. Okay, I looked up. Okay, let me check. Is everybody okay? Okay, is everybody okay? Let's just do a check-in. I thought nothing could beat the fake memorial service he gave. Okay. This is, again, I've never seen anything like this. I have never seen anything like this. Not okay. I'm laughing. Hold on. Let's see. Nefriti, this looks like you. Hold on. And Sam. Look, I walked away to put charge. I came out to see a guy. Oh my God. So Wally said, thank you for the super chat. You had no context of what this was. I'm sorry. That's why we're doing a check-in. Does everybody need a virtual hug? Everyone like pat yourself on the back. Yeah, we need to get to Jesus. This is what okay, so you want my 2 cents on what I think it is? I think he probably was doing some kind of recreational drug, and he was doing this to basically try and play it off. Like maybe he was like, oh, I messed up. I'm going to have to pull something next level. So I'm going to pretend that it was his medication. This is what I'm reading here in the article. It says about it. Basically, it says that in the undated footage, Miller claims medication made him go crazy and that he thought he was going to see Jesus. And then when the person behind the camera asked if they should call 911, Miller replied, I just need to get to Jesus. I just want to get to heaven quickly. I don't want any ants to stop me. Tell all my kids I love them, please. Hold on. Now this was, hold on. Where'd it go? A social media user has shared a video that he claims shows South Carolina pastor J.P. Miller having a medication-induced breakdown. A 7-minute video posted on Friday by Ty Longerbeam apparently shows Miller lying face down. So I don't know where this video came from. But let's go back here. I mean, I think this is kind of it, but I feel like we need to watch the whole thing. There's only a couple of minutes left.
Yeah, we got somebody coming. You want some water or anything? You want some water? Yeah, he said okay if you got a little bottle of water.
%. That's what I think happened. I can't, y'all. I mean, this is like literally painful. Did he say Wonder Woman? He probably did. I think this. Okay, so you know how when a narcissist or like whatever you call like a sociopath, whatever these people are here, when they do something next level and they have to pull something next level to get out of it, that's what this is. He has done something that he's playing this off. Whether he went out and got too high and now he's trying to play it off, whatever the case is, that's what this is. 100%. 100%. 100%. Yeah, he's in his right mind. Yeah, he's listening. He's answering. He is trying to get out of some next level BS that he pulled. And so this was his thing. Or he could have just been bored. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I just turned this on. I just turned this app on. Hold on, hey, how are you doing, Kelsey? Was he hit by a car? Like, I mean, seriously, no. We don't know technically what happened. Apparently, it's a medication-induced thing. But I think that this was his way of getting out of whatever drama he just left. You know, and it could have 100%. Yeah, so he cheated and for sure got caught. So, exactly. This is Gaslight 101. Gaslight 101. Okay.
I don't know. I think they changed his medication or something, he said. And he said, like, ants was crawling on him and stuff. So I got some more coming. Okay. Yeah. I live across the street. Back over here. Oh, okay. So. Well, let me know if I can do anything. Okay, I think he's. Here's some water, JP. You want some water? Okay, you want to try to sit up? You want to try to sit up, or you want to put it to your mouth, or what?
I'll be out in a few minutes if you need anything else.
Okay.
No.
Is that enough? You want more?
I cannot. Oh my God. Help me. This is no.
I can't stop making noises in the morning when I wake up. If Mark can't make it quick, you want me to get your mom over here? I don't want my mom anywhere in the church. It's crazy. Always talking about if you get on medication, and this is what it does. Crazy. I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't do nothing. I feel like I answered my eyes. I can't open up my eyes.
I don't know what to say. I honestly don't know what to say. The fact that he goes quiet, thank God. The fact that, again, the neighbor, I'm going to go back over to the house, stepping over him, recording him. This is just, again, like I said, this is a regular Tuesday afternoon in this neighborhood with him. Today, it's this, right? Today, it's this. Wampo has me screaming with this. Me with the... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Let me get that. That was a good one. That was a good one. Oh my God, that was good, Wampo. That was good. No, the sunglasses never moved. He drank that water though. Oh, he drank that water. Real good too. Real good. Oh my God. Y'all, 100% investigate this man. 100% investigate this man. This just keeps getting worse. You know, the whole damn neighborhood's like, please arrest him. Please arrest him. Let's go watch the water part again. That was really good, Jenny. Y'all don't okay. I mean, y'all, I mean, I get it. I get it. Hold on, I'm rewinding to the water part. Okay, here we go. The water part's really satisfying for some reason. Okay, hold on. Present. Share screen. Share screen. Okay, here we go. Share. Okay, let's watch it again.
I got some little cameras here. Okay. Yeah.
Why'd it go?
Right across the street. Back over here. Oh, okay. So. Well, let me know if I can do anything. Okay, I think he's. Okay. Here's some water, JP. You want some water? I need some water. Okay. You want to try to sit up? You want to try to sit up, or you want to put it to your mouth, or what?
I'll be out in a few minutes if you need anything else.
Okay. Is that enough? You want more?
the way he goes right back to crying. I mean, even I don't even know if Roscoe makes those noises. Oh my God! He said, "You always think it's probably another." I know, right? Okay, so hold on. Wait, hold on. Let me get back up here. Where'd your comment go? Or where'd it go? Okay, so Des says, he said, "You're always taking care of me, so probably not the first time." Exactly. Again, this is par for the course up in here. Just another Tuesday night. You saw he just steps over him. The other neighbor, I'm going to go back up here. I'll be back out. Okay, I think he's fine. You know, again, he's high or he's done something that he's covered, or both. But you know what I'm saying? He's done like all the above. He has done something next level that he's covering up. Okay. Yeah, or both, right? The entitlement. It's like fire, probably both. Yeah, always supporting. Oh my God, y'all. Oh, wait, thanks again, Nefertiti. Hold on. And his cries up there with Rocky, like we're long crying that interview. Oh my God, I have to look that up. Elon says it sounds like the gingerbread man for Shrek. Oh my God, he does. Oh my God, y'all, that was next damn level. Oh my God. Okay. That was next level right there. That's a level of cringe I've not seen in a long time. We're leaving that. We're going to keep that up there. I need to start putting on a compilation of things. Not the gumdrop buttons. Sounds just like him. Y'all are right. Sounds just like the dude. The gumdrop man. Whew. Y'all, I can't. Again, yeah, a complete drama queen. Imagine a basic. So y'all know how these people are. What I mean by these people is, pardon me, the narcissism, the gaslighting. Imagine a basic thing in that household of, oh, who put the water over here? That would be this reaction right here. Day in, day out. He probably drove Micah absolutely batshit crazy. Oops, pardon me. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely crazy. He probably drove her. 100% that poor woman. She was probably wore out to the damn bone. Yeah, it makes you wonder if he was tripping or something like that. Ha! Yeah, 100% Mr. Hanky. Yeah, he exhausted her. Energy vampire, excellent way. I know, right, Wampo? And he's up there giving damn sermons. Dwayne says, Paul, we're laughing so hard we stopped eating dinner. I'm sorry. I was not expecting the cringe that be that crazy with this one. And hold on, Jenny says, hold on, because this is histrionics, the abject histrionics in every single thing he does, the fake heightened emotions, the theft, the perviness, the substance, the cheating, the murder. Yeah. And it's like, how do they, oh, thank you, Emily. Emily gifted 5 memberships. How do they get through the day? You know the FBI needs to do their thing. Okay. Let's go back over to Jesse. Let's hear from the family now that we might have to revisit that again as a reminder, but let's go back to see what the family has to say. Oh my God, that was. Here we go.
For her to be alive, that he repeatedly tried to see her body and even tried to raise her from the dead.
That part got me.
There were reports that Reverend Charles Randall fired Miller as Solid Rock's pastor, but Randall disputed that during a recent sermon, saying, quote, I have released him from ministerial functions for a minute to get some healing and some counseling and some guidance.
For a minute.
You can't go through these things like this and just step right back on the same day. Family and friends have started using the hashtag Justice for Mica. Now, it's our understanding Micah's sister, Sierra, who we're going to be speaking with in a minute, has filed a legal claim against both Miller and the church in connection with Micah's death. Court documents filed in Horry County Family Court accuse Solid Rock Church of colluding and conspiring with John Paul to defraud and deprive Micah. The Daily Mail also reported that Micah contacted the Myrtle Beach Police Department on April 8th, just weeks before her death, to report that she had seen a lewd photo of herself in a Facebook group and believed her estranged husband, John Paul Miller, had posted it. Well, after her death, Miller admitted that he did post the photo.
I was just going to
say, a letter obtained by News Nation.
I was just going to say, now he's admitted. That's the kind of stuff you're dealing with right there. That's the kind of stuff you're dealing with right there. Damn pastor putting up nude photos of his wife, throwing her under the bus in front of the damn congregation.
Seemingly addressed to Micah, it reads, quote, "I'm sorry for putting a picture of you on the internet. It was for less than 1 hour and immediately taken down. I was hurt that you were telling everyone horrible, intimate details of my past sin, and I just wanted to try and hurt you. Please forgive me. It was evil of me to do that."
But he's going to get up there Sunday morning and tell you how to live your life. This right here, imagine a day-to-day life. Imagine day-to-day life with this man. Again, he wore that poor woman out.
Micah had also reported back in March that she found a tracking device on her car at least twice and said that John Paul had her involuntarily committed to a hospital and stole her car while she was gone. Now, in a statement, John Paul Miller's lawyer, Russell Long, said, quote, "It has come to light that Micah Miller struggled with mental illness, specifically bipolar disorder, which when not properly managed led to paranoid episodes and self-destructive behavior. Some reports made by her in the recent past are nonsensical." He also added that a ruling of suicide by law enforcement completely exonerates Pastor Miller of any wrongdoing. Well, I am joined right now by Micah's father, Michael Francis. Thank you so much for coming on. And before we even get started, I just have to say I am so sorry for your loss, your family's loss. And as I mentioned to you before we started recording, I know this can't be easy talking about this and having this amplified and everybody speaking about it. So I know this must be a very difficult time. So my heart goes out to you and your family, and really appreciate you taking the time to come here and talk a little bit more about it.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to start off. How are you and the family doing right now?
We're struggling. You know, we're more united than ever as a family. You know, this is something that has really caused us to drop any little petty arguments or something and focus on what's important at this moment. So, you know, we have grieved off and on, but we've also been in fight mode off and on as far as legally and, you know, and speaking out for Micah.
Let's talk about that, because I want to be very clear here. Despite the findings from law enforcement that Micah had died by her own hand, that the sheriff's office saying John Paul was not in Robeson County when Micah died, do you believe there is more to the story, correct?
Yes, it's there's a lot of details that they did not cover, and because it was equivalent in their eyes to previous self-inflicted wounds, I believe the law allows them to do less work. It does not prevent them from doing more work. And since there were multiple shell casings found and a live round found, it already didn't make much sense. So it would seem that they would automatically do a complete toxicology, not just blood alcohol, and a complete autopsy, which they did not do. And we're just devastated that they didn't, because John Paul rushed the cremation process.
100%.
So, and like during the briefing, we pressed pretty hard for more information and such, and the sheriff's office was trying to compress the briefing for us, and then they gave us a flash drive. It doesn't sound like Micah during the 911 call. She's so slow and so, you know, but then later there are, I haven't even heard them myself, honestly. I have someone who's going through all that for me and filtering the information, because otherwise, the more information I get that sounds off, the more furious I get, and I need to be able to focus and control my emotions. So, but there was screaming going on and such, and that's not something indicative of a self-inflicted. That's sounds like a fight, and with the bruising on her hands and on her arm. Scratches on her hands, indicating defensive wounds. So very frustrating.
What when you say defensive wounds, is that something that was told to you by a medical professional when you talked about multiple casings there? Where did you get this information? And when you brought this information to law enforcement or brought it or mentioned to them, what did they say?
Okay, as far as finding out, the park ranger took us back to the scene and pointed out, here's where she would have been standing. Here's where the shell casings and the live round were, which also doesn't make sense. She knew how to use a weapon. She got the weapon for self-protection. She told me days beforehand, Dad, I really feel like I need a weapon for protection. And
I agree, Agent.
she knows how to use it. She's qualified. She's been through training. She's not going to charge the weapon and eject a live round. She already knows the first rule of gun use is knowing the condition of the gun. So we got the information about the shells. I did it directly from the park ranger, and then when we brought that up to law enforcement, they just said, well, they had no answer. They really just had no answer why any kind of, not even a speculation. They didn't even say, well, she probably did this, probably did that. They just said, this is what we have. And there is what would be an apparent bullet hole in a tree, which I have a picture of. And they just didn't seem to put the effort forth. So we're very disappointed in that.
And the defensive wounds, was that from the park ranger too,
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we looked at her hands during the viewing. We took pictures of her from the viewing. It was the worst day of my life. And she had scratches on her arms on her hand. And the coroner in training had the chief coroner with her, but she spoke out and said, well, maybe that's from when they retrieved her from the water. And I said, okay, of course, maybe. Was there blood in those scratches and such? They had no answer. Very disappointing. So I basically said the scratches indicate some type of scuffle or something, because the area where she was, there was no trees or anything anyway. There was no trees in the water. There was nothing there that would have scratched her hands the way they were. This. So, it showed, it indicated that there was, some type of pressure, that's where the bruise was. And just,
Well, Michael, here's the thing. And I know I hate to ask you this, and I know it must be difficult to revisit it, but when you mentioned the 911 phone call, when that came out, I think a lot of people who were suspecting there might be something there, they were convinced that that was the end of the story. When you mentioned that 911 phone call, you said there's something about the way that Micah sounded on the phone that sounded odd to you. What do you mean by that?
Absolutely. Very slow speech. She's a very happy-go-lucky, excitable person. And it was too slow. It was very slow. It was metered. It could have been done with an AI type of previous recordings where somebody would have had those words from her previously, or, whatever. And so it just doesn't make sense that he wouldn't go up there.
Do you have a theory as to what happened? Because authorities are saying, they crossed out his alibi of where he was. Do you have a theory as to what happened? And again, I know this is sensitive, so if you don't want to share it, I understand. But do you have a theory as to what you believe happened to your daughter?
Okay, well, I'll share what we spoke to about with the authorities, the sheriff in North Carolina. Also, as far as with his location, we've seen pictures of his truck. It had dark windows. Was it even him in there? Where's pictures of him physically there? We haven't seen those. They've not been produced. If someone else has them, we would like to see them to prove that he was there, because otherwise it could be anybody in that truck. So the theory would be that because she had multiple tracking devices put on her car previously, that she was followed out to the park or forced to go out to the park, and they either follow her out there, or there's no reason for her to go out there. That's the main point as well. She's never been out there. We don't go up there. It's not a family spot. And she was off the trail enough into a park ranger only area that nobody knows about. And so the theory would be that she it was either tracked, and then they said, well, we didn't find a tracking device. Well, they could have removed it at the park. When the car was at the park and then it was collected by the authorities, they didn't check for a tracker, which blew my mind. They said, oh, we have all the evidence and everything. We asked them, was there a tracker on her car? And they said, well, we didn't check. And we were flabbergasted. This happened over and over during that interview. Why didn't you check that? We know that there was 3 or 4 trackers put on her vehicles. Why wouldn't you check to see if she was followed? They said, oh, there's no cameras, but we know she wasn't followed. Her car is just out here. And I said, well, there's no trackers. They said no tracker. I said, well, they could have removed it after they did the deed. So then Micah's mother, Angelita, she said, pretend this is Micah's hand. And she asked me, grab this hand. And then she pulled it up, and said, it looks like someone squeezed her hand and raised it up and shot. And there are defensive wounds from it and such. And that's the general idea of our theory, that somebody crushed her hand to hold the gun up to her head while she's fighting. Either them or someone else held her other hand or her other arm back, because there's bruising on it from squeezing. And they forced it to look like that was self-inflicted. And a couple of rounds went off during the scuffle. One ejected was live, and then it finally happened the way they would want it to happen. And then dumped her in the water, probably 40 meters away from where the shell casings in the gun was found. The water doesn't flow there. It's a slough. It's still. It just sinks. And it actually flows when it sinks, when it recesses, it goes the other direction from where she was found. So her body, even if it was put in the water right there, would not have flowed the direction where she was found. It would flow the other way. So it would be possible that the incident occurred right there, and the shell casings, and then the gun was dumped in the water right there. And then she was carried farther 40 meters back into a little bit more secluded area where she was found.
So Sierra Francis now joins the conversation. This is Micah's sister. Sierra, thank you so much for coming on. As I told your father, I just want to say again, I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm so sorry for what you and your family are going through. Our hearts go out to you guys. And again, really appreciate you taking the time and being so generous with your time to come on and talk a little bit more about this. So I've already spoken to your father a lot about what you guys believe might have happened here. I want to talk to you about this legal claim that you have filed against Mr. Miller and the church. Walk us through what that claim is and what you're hoping to get from that.
As far as the legal side of things, I don't have perfect details of everything. I'm just trying to pick up where Micah left off and make sure that justice is served and that we are able to remain over her estate and make sure that it is used or allotted in the way that she would have wanted it to.
Do you know anything about the FBI being a part of this investigation now? Were you told anything about that, what they might be looking into?
So we are aware that Robeson County did come out and say that the FBI is involved, but as far as what they're investigating and the extent of their involvement, the family's not sure.
Okay. I wanted to ask you this, both of you this. So look, the main argument, and it's being put forward by Mr. Miller, and what we've seen is Mica, they say, had suffered from mental illness. Do you know anything about that? Anything you could tell us about that? Because one of the things that Mr. Miller has said is he had this power of attorney set up for that reason. What can you tell us about what Micah might have been going through?
So before Micah married John Paul, she had no signs, no history, no indications of mental illness at all.
And why did she presumably agree to a power of attorney? Usually the person who sets up would have to agree to it and sign to it.
He had every way to control her, and he was very good at manipulating the situation.
And she thought that he would be doing the right thing. And she wanted to trust that Mr. Miller Jr. was actually doing the right thing for them, until she got away from him and had more time, when she spent more time with us, to peel off some of those layers and realize what was going on.
Okay, I want to pause for a second and just kind of like go over a couple of things here that I'm like, okay, hold on. Y'all help me out here. What do we know the reason she went to North Carolina to buy the gun and went to that park in North Carolina? Like, do we know, like, is there a specific, like, is there anything that's like because of blank? Because it's so random to me that she did that part. Now, the family is saying they've talked to her, they had discussions with her. You know, she went to get the gun for protection, which, okay. Hold on, she had no connections. Okay. You can, and vice versa. The county is very corrupt. Okay. Interesting. Making the victim appear mentally ill. Yeah. And 100%. I mean, because you saw how he would put her on blast in front of like he do that passive aggressive stuff during her sermons and whatnot about her, and like put her information out there like that, you know. Yeah, Operation Tarnish Badge. I remember seeing that when I looked into this. Okay, of course she's going to tell her family it's for protection. She's not going to say what she wants to do. Again, agent. So I was thinking that too. Also, like, because I'm playing like both sides of the fence in my brain here, and I'm thinking this too. I'm like, if she had made her mind up, not that day specifically, but leading up to it, and she's telling her parents like, "I'm going to go get this," she would never tell them, I'm getting this gun with this in mind. If it's to do what she ended up doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's not going to tell them that because she would want to be able to, she wouldn't want somebody to stop her. On the same note, it's also like, but I also need it for protection too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like it could be double, how do you call it? Like a double purpose, or I don't know how the right word to say it. And I wonder too, Jay, if it was gun laws, if that was the reasoning. Okay, let me go back to it real quick. I just wanted to take a minute to like kind of go over some of that. Okay, please hold.
And then she started becoming herself again and got a job and everything else, and was doing fine, and was happy-go-lucky self again, excited about the future, and which is something he did not like. Just, you know, just very terrible.
There are these allegations that he groomed her. What do we mean by that?
He had his sights
True,
set on
Debbie.
her from a very young age. I would guess probably 14 years old, 14 or 15 when we first came to the church. And he, you know, he made sure that he kept her exactly where he wanted her, to the point of who she married, what job she picked up after she was, 18. He got her married, and then he made her his secretary and his babysitter and his let's go to lunch person, and oh, you're so beautiful.
And then when she was married, same thing, best friends with her husband, her previous husband, and manipulated the situation where he could have him doing something because he was his right-hand man, and then spend time with Micah alone, which is very inappropriate.
And to be clear about that, are you alleging that he engaged in criminal contact with Micah? And if so, again, my understanding is there's no time bar in South Carolina to bring charges. Is this something that you're speaking with about authorities with?
I don't think he physically had a relationship with her until after she had already been married to Jeremy.
I wanted to ask you about something else. And this goes back to that idea of why he says, and correct me if I'm wrong, why he says he had to set up the power of attorney. He was concerned about whether Micah would be taking money, because there was this allegation that Micah was a suspect in the theft of $1,200 in donations for the Solid Rock, this missionary efforts. I understand you want to clear the record up on that.
That was investigated. I have seen, police excerpts on that, and from what I've seen, to best of my knowledge, it said that was just a domestic dispute, and there was no criminal charges to be filed.
Okay, and also, as far as the amount that was mentioned, Micah was having trouble with the websites releasing the money to her from the donations,
Such as Venmo or stuff like that.
Right. They were holding on to those funds, as they do, for like the 3-day period or whatever, gaining interest. And so during that period where the money didn't show up yet, he was accusing her of stealing that money. And then after the fact, after she's passed, all the money showed back in except 1 penny.
Not to mention that the money wasn't money that was donated and she was stealing it. This money was, hey, I've put $600 out of my pocket with the intention of, hey, I will be reimbursed from this, because that's what she was told. Hey, spend your $600 to purchase, all the donuts that you're using for fundraising. It's a charity. We'll make sure we reimburse you. So it's not even stealing. It's reimbursement for what she's already put into.
Right.
And before I let you go,
he's again, classic stuff. He probably ripped everything off he could possibly, but he's going to gaslight her, talking about she's stealing from the damn donut fund.
I have to ask you about this letter that came out that he had seemingly apologized to Micah for what he said was releasing a nude photograph of her on the internet. What was your reaction to that letter?
He's a faker.
Yeah.
He likes to band-aid everything so he can still control and manipulate people.
I told him straight up, because of his behavior before, okay, now go ahead and go cry in front of your church and apologize like you always do. Mm-hmm. And he didn't during the sermon and his bombshell drop at the last point. He didn't do his fake sniveling, crying, fake stuff. He just, until later, but he would, numerous times, he would go in front of the church and say, I'm sorry, I did this and I did that. I'm sorry. If you don't want me to be the pastor, I'll leave. And they would say, oh, no, you do such a great job. And then it would happen again and again.
Right.
And if they did stand up against him, he would threaten them with removing them from the church, or he would just straight out remove them in front of everybody. And then later in sermons said, oh, well, they just left for no reason. I don't know why they left.
Michael Sierra.
Anything that comes out of his mouth, it's all backwards.
Well, Michael Sierra, here's what I wanted to ask you.
Unhinged.
This is going to be an ongoing discussion. And I was hoping, and first of all, thank you for being so forthcoming to come on to explain this, give your perspective on what's happening. As this progresses, can we keep an open line, and can you come back on and let us know any updates that are happening on your end? We would really appreciate it, because I think a lot of people have questions about this.
Sure. As long as our attorneys are in agreement and such, and we will keep it open, and most likely that would be us.
Okay. So listen, again, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate this. And again, my heart goes out to you and your family about this loss. And I'm so sorry for what you're going through. But again, really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, y'all. What do you say? I mean, it's just the whole thing. I mean, this is my thing. And when I say this, when I say, and again, if you watch my videos on it, and I say my version of, I think he's involved, is it's a very wide definition, all the way from he just simply made her completely miserable and painted her into a corner where she felt like she had no other way to escape him. And this is the outcome of this, to it could be something completely next level. Kind of a thing, right? Oh, thanks, Dwayne. You gifted 5 memberships. We appreciate it. Oh, wait, do y'all hear? I hear. Okay, it might, Jamie. You might be like I accidentally paused it earlier or muted it earlier. Now, just for absolute petty sake, let's go back and watch just a couple of seconds of the grass thing. Okay, this does not get on. Now that I've become numb. Okay, so if you just joined, we are getting ready to. The level of cringe we are getting ready to encounter is cringe uncountered before. Okay, it's a new level of cringe. Brace yourselves. Just know this. Okay. Even just him sitting on the grass. I can't. Just on the grass, y'all. This is good. Okay, y'all. I swear. It's the small things in life that get me through the day sometimes, y'all. I swear to God. It's the small things. Just look at that. Look at that. I mean, I cannot with this. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Take it from the top, Sammy. No. Never dies. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh, wait, skip ad. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. What? Hold on.
You all right, man?
It pauses when I switch over. Interesting. Yeah.
You okay? Huh? You okay? What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter?
Okay, hold on. New context. You see how the neighbor's coming over and he's just sitting there kind of passed out? Then he starts going into the thing where he's like, what's wrong? And he's like, huh? He could have whatever thing he's coming from in this. It's almost like, pardon me. It's almost like he's coming to and he's like, oh, damn, I passed out, strung out in the front yard. Oh, I got to play this off. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. And then goes into the theatrics. Like, here we go.
Switch medication. Makes me go crazy. Is somebody helping you? I think Mark's coming to get me. Oh, okay. I thought I was going to see Jesus. Okay. But you got Mark.
The neighbor is not impressed. The neighbor's not impressed. The neighbor is literally not impressed. And you heard him, I switched medication. It makes me go crazy. David Hasselhoff the cheeseburger vibes. He sounds like he's laying on Mr. Bill. It is a really nice yard. Total Beaker. Oh my God. Y'all are too much. This is so funny. Oh my God. Are you serious? Where can we find this, Wyatt? What's the Google term? It sounds like this big. Is there a transcript? Yeah, the neighbor was like, look, this is starting to get wild over here. Let me get my damn phone out. He's like, this is usually not this bad. Let me get my damn phone out. This is some next level stuff right here. And if JP's on the grass, like, how am I going to get out of this one? I've really done it up this time. How am I going to get out of it this time?
Mark coming.
Somebody called over there.
Okay. So,
It's biting me everywhere.
is your medication something they gave you?
Yes, I'm a drug.
Yeah. Can you want me to make sure Mark's coming? But somebody's called him, right?
Yeah, the lady across the street called.
Okay. All right. Hey, JP. Good.
As I love how it's like 10 minutes later and his arms change positions. And again, gonna get up there all day long in front of that. No shame. No shame. Passing that plate around. Passing that plate around. Yeah, the neighbor had enough. I know the neighbor was done. The neighbor was done. Yeah, he's very coherent, Huma. Very coherent. Okay, here we go.
I think Mark is coming. I had him try to get in touch with me again to make sure. Is that okay?
He's like, Mark, you need to get your butt over here.
Huh?
Ants fight me. There's ants all over me.
He was like, there's ants on you? There's no ants on you, though. It's just, maybe that's how you feel, but there's none on you. There's none on the grass. What kind of medicine do they have you on?
He's talking about Tylenol PM. He's talking about Tylenol PM. Oh my God. Oh my God. HOA eviction. Oh, y'all, oh my God. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to it again. He broke into, I don't know, why are some of these songs about rainbows in part 2? Telling so much as a tequila will do that.
All right, well, somebody's going to come, okay?
A literal tantrum. He's got to fire back up.
Do I need to call 911? Do I need to call the medics?
He's going to push those glasses up, though. I'll guarantee if those glasses came off, his eyes would tell a whole story. His eyes would tell a whole damn story. Okay, here's the thing, too. When he's like, they're talking about, I did it, Jesus. If I was him, okay, this is the thing. The reason he doesn't want 911 to call is because he knows he's BSing, and he knows that if they drug tested him or something like that, it'd be all game over. Because they probably see what he really has in his system. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't want that. But I'm like, dude, if you're trying to play this off, like, this is one of those things where it's like, go on and call the ambulance. You're going to need to take it to that level to pull this off. You know what I'm saying? But because he probably is either really coming down off like a bender or something like that, he can't do that. And again, the neighbor's behavior towards him tells you all you need to know about how often this happens. Thank you, Huma. I appreciate it. This is common occurrence. Yeah, AJ, I think AJ got it. I think he got drunk AF and went to puke and passed out. Yeah. Okay, hold on, let me get over here.
Yeah, we got somebody coming. You want some water or anything?
He wants that water.
You want some water? Yeah, he said okay if you got a little bottle of water.
He's talking about he's in the white light.
I don't know.
He's gonna step right over him.
Or something he said. And he said like ants was crawling on him and stuff. So I got some more comments. Okay. Yeah. I live across the street. Back over here. Oh, okay. So. Well, let me know if I can do anything. Okay, I think he's. Okay. Here's some water, JP. You want some water? Okay. You want to try to sit up? You want to try to sit up, or you want to put it to your mouth, or what? I'll be out in a few minutes if you need anything. Okay. Is that enough? You want more?
Y'all. I don't know what to say. I how would you look at your neighbors in the face again after that? And what happened when the people showed up? Were they just like got him and took him to the house and it was like, okay, that's just, Wednesdays in the books? Thank you, Lauren. I'm done. I cannot with that. Yeah, the glasses. Yeah, he don't want them glasses to come off. He keeps track of those real damn good. Oh yeah, Mama says that stepping over him was on purpose. Literally, like they just knew. Again, the level of drama that came. Well, you saw. I mean, it was just like this guy is unhinged. Nefertiti, thank you. Me as a neighbor, the power of Christ compels you. I do believe it. I've rewatched for the chat. Oh my god, yeah, the chat's been amazing, y'all. The comments from y'all. Is he ever not pretend? That's the thing, right, Agent? It's like this is one of those people you don't know the normal version of him, right? Because it's like everything is fake. But now, so now here's the thing. This is sad. I don't think I could say this. The fake memorial service he did pales in comparison to what we just watched. That's not even embarrassing for him. You know what I mean? The fake memorial service, that's not embarrassing. That's just normal. He probably does that every day up there. Again, how did he have a congregation? I've always worked. I mean, when you're my young, so scared of oh, that's sweet. Yeah, Dr. G explains if you would have a field day with us. Oh my God, the fake memorial service was truly awful. The fake memorial service, yeah, the memorial service was completely disgusting. Well, Roscoe, honey. Yeah, Elaine says, can you imagine a young girl dealing with this nightmare they did when she was a kid? Absolutely not. I mean, obviously from the whole thing of like the grooming that he was doing with her, but then pretend that she was of age. This is a normal, like regular, normal couple, age wise, whatever. Anyone dealing with this man's personality on any kind of daily, weekly, monthly basis, the new girlfriend, how this video, the grass video needs to be all over the internet. I mean, it probably is by now. Oh yeah, he completely trashed Micah. Another thing too that was so interesting about the service was how much he kept like making it like, oh, I don't like to do this, but Micah does. Oh, I don't like to do that, but it was like everything. Agent says exactly. My feelings exactly. Agent says I honestly didn't think he could top the fake memorial service, but this took the cake. Really does. This was a whole new level of cringe I've never gone to. Now even the interview with Fiona Harvey today, it doesn't come near this. It doesn't even come near this. Yeah, bless we'll find out the truth of whatever took place exactly. Bless her heart for what she put up with from this man. This guy's a psychopath. Okay, this guy's an utter psychopath. I would love to see has the behavior people done a thing on him yet? Hold on, let's go look real quick. I don't know if any of y'all watch Sloan Bella. Even if you're not like believe that kind of stuff or whatever, she's fascinating to me, and she apparently did a video on Mica. Okay, hold on. Behavioral panel. Is it behavior? Oh wait, did Deception Detective do one on him? Deception. Oh, he did Fiona. A lot of them on her. Snapped. A lot of them. Did he do one on her? See, people have got to be careful with this because he's not been charged yet, which is why I was like, eh. Oh yeah, he did a lot on Fiona. I mean, how could you not? Okay, what else is there? JP Miller. Let's see if there's because what I want to do is like, I mean, that's gonna be my bedtime. Okay, let's see. Anybody? Christina Randall. I love Christina Randall. She's so cute. Pastor John Miller, Flight Risk. Okay. The Pastor of Disguise from Dr. Grande. I don't think the behavioral channels have done anything. I don't think he's gonna get charged. Yeah, it's gonna be if anything, I can see him getting hit with what do you call it? What do you call it? Financial stuff. Oh, thank you, Chrissy. I know I already said thank you, but I had to send. I'm going to some health issues again. I need to. Oh, thank you, Chrissy, and you're Chrissy's mom. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing okay. Dr. G to something. Can you imagine them watching this? You know they're going to do it. You know everyone's begging them to do it, right? Excuse me. Grizzlies podcast. Okay. I'll check it out. Officer Tamus covered him. Okay, I'll check that out. Some of these I don't know. Wait, what is that? Federal embezzlement. Okay, there we go. Yeah, see, that's what I think. I think if at minimum, if they can't get him on any kind of things directly related to Mica, then I think what will happen is they will definitely they'll hit him with some stuff. Yeah, we totally need a body language person on him in the grass. 100%. It's too classic. Okay, y'all, I am going to bed now. It's 9 o'clock. It's past my bedtime. The cringe knocked me out. So tomorrow's video is either going to be about the phone call from Chad and Lori, but I technically need to go to bed. I won't be able to have time. I haven't even finished recording that. Tomorrow's video is probably going to be a next installment and next to the last installment of the Cringe Binge Book Club for Jody's book. There's 2 more videos of it, and then we're done with that one, and we're moving on to what is it called? Visions of Glory. Yeah, Visions of Glory. So y'all, thank you. I needed this laugh, y'all, so much. I cannot tell y'all. It has been incredibly crazy and stressful over here. I absolutely needed this. Thank y'all. Even though it was cringe induced, I absolutely appreciate it. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for making the channel possible. Thank you for talking about everything. And Jenny, I've got to upload. I did a taste. It'll be on the Patreon, but I did a tasting of Dolly Parton's what do you call it? Her donuts. So I just got to put it on there. But I recorded it the other day and ate a dozen. They were good though, let me tell you what. But that's it. Thank y'all very much for being here. I appreciate it. I love y'all. Definitely gonna go back and read your comments I missed because they were too good. So thank you, Emily. Thank you, Derek. Thank you for being a friend. Dun 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 dun. Anyways, I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. We'll be checking in on the Chad Daybell trial tomorrow. See what happens. That's it. So y'all take care. We will see you next time. Sleep tight.